into curiosity, and let's go ahead and move into China. So this is our next country that we're going to be going into, and I just want to go over the fact that there's a lot of mythology to China, so I wanted to break it into segments. And the first segment we're going to go over is dragons, the main dragons, and there are a lot of dragon-like creatures too, which I'll get into the next segment. And then, so in the next segment we'll do those, as well as we will do other mythological creatures. And then after that we'll do superstitions, and I might even do some scary stories for China as well. This is a big mythological segment, and I just wanted to really get into it. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the 9 different types of Chinese dragons. And I just loved learning about these. It was great. I didn't realize that actually only one kind has actual wings, and we'll get into that as well. So the first one we're going to go over, and before, let me disclaimer, I am not very good at pronouncing other countries' names, and I just do my best. But of course, the way I read it is usually how I pronounce it, so it's probably not right, but I'm doing my best, so bear with me. The first one is Tianlong. Is a celestial dragon, and they would pull chariots of the gods and guard palaces. Neat. Also, moving on to number 2, it'd be Shenlong, spiritual, and they control wind and rain. It's like maybe like a weather dragon. It's pretty cool. And keep in mind, like a lot of these dragons are long, and they have like mini legs and very pronouncing scales and the jagged tops, along with kind of look like mustaches going out. Really cool looking dragons. I love Chinese dragons. They're my favorite. Moving on to number 3, we have Fukan Long, and it's a hidden treasure dragon, and they guard treasure both man-made and not, so like rubies and sapphires and things like that. They are said to create volcanoes when they leave the earth or the hidden area that they were guarding that treasure to go report to heaven. Not sure, maybe just reporting like different things that are happening in that area, maybe reporting just to their area. Not sure, but it's pretty cool that they could create volcanoes, that they have that much strength. And moving on, Dailong, underground dragons, and they are tasked to also watch over rivers and streams. Some say that Dailong are the female counterparts to Shenlongs. So you have the male, which is the spiritual wind and rain, weather kind of dragons. And then they have the Dailong, which is rivers, streams, so female. It's pretty cool. Yinlong, these are the winged dragons, and they are the oldest of all of them. And again, the only ones with actual wings. Others don't. Moving on. Qilong, horned dragons. They are the mightiest, the strongest dragons. Cool. And then we have Panlong, coiling dragons. And they are dragons over lakes. A lot of like bodies of water, which makes sense because in Eastern cultures they have a lot of spirits and or also creatures and beings that have different responsibilities according to either elements, bodies of water, or as well as like areas like forests, oceans, things like that. It's pretty cool. And then we have Hunlong, is a yellow dragon. This dragon presented a knowledge to one of the emperors, and it was the knowledge of writing. So as that he had presented this knowledge to said emperor, this dragon is also well known to be the dragon of knowledge. Makes sense. And last but not least, Longwing, dragon known as the king of dragons. They rule over the four seas, dragon form. They usually obtain just dragon form, but they can also transform into humans. Usually, from what I read, it's the only one that can transform into human. And they have palaces that are guarded by shrimp soldiers and crab generals, which makes sense. I mean, if they had, if they have the four seas that they're the king over, you know, that's where their palace would be. It says their palaces are also made out of crystal. It's pretty cool. So, that makes me think that there's multiple, obviously, because the four seas. It's pretty cool. Multiple Longwing dragons. Alright, so 9 different dragons. But keep in mind, you guys, there are way more dragon-like beings in the Chinese mythology, and we're going to go over that. The next video that I'm going to have come out is going to be going over more dragon-like creatures, as well as mythological creatures from China. I'm so excited. I've been diving into it and I was just like, oh, I like this one. It's cool. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I'm just so excited. I love learning about all the different kinds of dragons. I already love dragons and it jazzes me up. So I hope you guys are super excited too, and just stay tuned and stick with me as we dive into more about China. If you like this video, please smack that button and subscribe so that way you can also watch the next videos. So that way you can watch the next videos that are coming out more about friends. Stay curious.